No, yeah, I mean, I've always loved pre. I've been here. This is my third year now at pre, and like my first one was where I ran, 3:43 and ran that American record, and it was just really a magical time because I never really got to, truly experience this meet for what it was. But it was just a really really cool atmosphere, and one of the best meets in the U.S. for sure. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably goes without saying how special it is to come back here. Like, I mean, this race is like the the pinnacle in my mind of just this Hayward experience in this Oregon environment. Like, I feel like I've, you know, grown up so much from being a freshman at Oregon and being lucky to get into this race to now being, I'm here and I'm competing. Like, it's been a very cool transformation, and it's always feels like full circle moment coming back.
The PB doesn't go down, I'm in big trouble. So, yeah, it's been over a decade since I've run a mile, a true mile. So, this will be fun. It'll be special. It'll be new. Feel like I don't really have anything to lose here. So that's a good feeling to have going into a race. And obviously, this is always an incredible field. This year's edition is just as strong as ever. So, yeah, to come out here, 50th anniversary. I've been a Nike guy my whole career, and you know, everyone kind of thinks of a few people that have transcended the sport. Steve Prefontaine's one of them. I think all three of us up here, that's one of the first pro runners you learn about. So it's fun to be at the 50th anniversary of this. The marquee event is usually the mile. I wish there was a Prefontaine 5K maybe next year, but I'll hop down to the mile and have some fun.
Spoke to Christian Coleman yesterday, who's going for an historic three-peat in the men's 100 metres. Joe Kovacs, you're looking for the three-peat in pre, and only two other throwers have ever done that, and I know you're going to know who they are.
Well, one has to probably be Reese. Is that?
That's correct. 2011 and 2014.
So, well, my other guess was going to be Cantwell, but
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good.
Christian
All right.
Cantwell. So would you like to add
Good-
your
Got
name?
a good streak too.
Good knowledge, right?
Yeah,
Good knowledge. Would you like to add your name to that list, sir?
I like to be. Anytime I'm on the list of those guys, it's an honor. It was cool for me to come here and see the poster of Reese, and I remember competing here with Reese. And just, I'm the old guy on the circuit, and it's cool for me to see the eras come back, especially that Reese is here with his family now. So, yeah, if I can be in that list, I'd be pretty happy about that.
Very happy to be here. Last time here I took 22:31, but I came fourth. So hopefully I can do better. But yeah, I'm excited because the circle here is amazing, and my technique at the moment is very confident. So I hope for a big one. My technique is very complicated. I can go 23, but I can also go 20 like this. So you need to be very consistent in training, and then competing a lot to bring that confidence into competition. And I don't know exactly how to explain in English. It's not easy for me, but you need a lot of mobility, flexibility, and speed. It's very important to be very fast with the foot on the circle. And that's it. I don't know. Maybe Joe can explain more than me.
Well, it's working.
It's older in
You're the world leader
seen
this year, exactly.
many throws.
You were both nodding.
Definitely one of the better circles in the world, to be honest.
Why? Why'd you say that?
It's fast. It's fast enough, but slow at the same time that give you enough time to set up what you need to. You can feel the contact on the ground as you go. A lot of rings, you can, for example, Paris, you guys saw the finals. It got wet and it got slick immediately. There was no contact. It was
Really.
pray for the hills. It was like, let's hope to God that you get it right. But here, you can feel that it was built with all the conditions in mind. So it's a very good circle.
For a lot of people, in the Hayward crowd tomorrow, it's their first time seeing a para race in person, sometimes even a para race at all. So I think like the education behind what the different classes are, the disabilities, and the fact we can all still compete together is pretty important, because we're not just out there to earn a clap when we fought, when we cross the line. I think it's really about just the fact that we are all top elite athletes in our own respective classes, of course, but when we get online, we're always competing just like anybody else. So I think that's the important part.
Yeah, so I studied fine art media in college. I think that was the big thing for me, that people kind of say, oh, like, you know, if you want to follow a career in sport, you kind of have to get into a college and get into the collegiate system and pursue your athletic career that way. But I was really passionate about art. It was always something that meant a lot to me and brought me great comfort. And I think I've always been so blessed to have two passions in my life. I have the passion of running and of my sport, but of art as well. And I think, to be honest, it's been a huge tool for me in my sport. It's been something that helps me remember to be present in practice, in training, because I think sometimes when you go into a season and you have a goal and you have something that you want to achieve and it's so far down the line, you can get caught up in it a bit, and you don't really, you know, you don't find yourself present in what you're doing every day. You're not ticking the boxes every day. And so I think it's the same in art. When you try to make an art piece or you try to make a final work, it never works out. It's nothing good, you know? So I think with art, there's an element of experimentation. There's an element of going with something and seeing where it takes you, learning from successes and failures. And I think that's something that's really helped to inform how I train and how I approach my sport, because I'm definitely someone who can get caught up in where the goals are and where I'd like to go and where I'd like to be. And so for me, it's been a real learning lesson to be able to step back and be like, okay, if I want to be successful here, I have to learn from the successes and failures. I have to take the highs and lows. I have to be present in what I'm doing every day, because that's ultimately how I get the best out of myself. It's how I put my best foot forward. And so it's taken me a little bit of time to learn that, but I think one definitely informs the other, you know?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think my whole career, my whole entire life, I've just been fighting for an opportunity to compete. I've just been fighting for someone to allow me to run. And there's always these conversations of, oh, you're cheating, you're doing this, you're doing that. And I'm like, dude, I didn't ask for any of this. I did not put the situation. I just want to run. Just the same reason every single one of these people is here. Like, I just want to run. And for so long, there wasn't an opportunity for me to find a place to compete, so I had to make a place to compete, right? And that's why I ended up in the NCAA. That's why I ended up running at Indoor USA, is like, because I want to be a competitor, like Noah's saying. So my hope for what is happening in 2028 is that there's opportunities for people like me to compete. There's a place where they feel like they belong and they feel like they can be a part of this sport, right? So that's really it. Like, if at that point there's kids like me and like Noah and like everybody up here that feel like they belong to this sport and they're not fighting for the respect of the sport, like, I feel like that's a really big win. And just in Paris, like, I had the opportunity and the blessing of being able to see the Olympics, the Paralympics. And it was awesome. We went to the Olympics. We saw it sold out, morning, evening sessions, crazy. And there's like this thought in the back of your head, like, oh man, like, I hope people show up for the Paralympics in the same way, right? And you're kind of like scared of like, maybe people just don't care because you hear all this chatter. And then we get to the Paralympics and same thing, like the energy's there, the excitement's there, the crowd is there. There's 80,000 people in the stands like cheering for these people. And it's like, they don't care about the situation they're in. They care about the concept, which is these people are here to compete. And I love that. So if that continues through LA and that excitement grows, like, that's a win for track and field. That's a win for parasport. That's a win for people. So that's where I'm at.
Different for me. I won my first NCAA title here, but then later on, a few months after that, my first world championship by fall started here as well. So, I mean, it's a love-hate relationship with Hayward Field, but I'm just looking forward to going out there tomorrow and just making it count and hoping for a better outcome. I would say that.
Definitely it's a blessing in disguise this year that the season is kind of longer. I definitely am honored to the fact that I am the reigning world champion in the 100 meters, so I'll be having a bye of the 100, but I definitely plan on competing in the 200 coming up for trials. And yeah, I'm definitely grateful for the long season, but I definitely know it's going to give me time to be ready when it all counts, and everything, and the only thing that matters is world championships.
I've been saying this since last year, you know. Carrie's up here with me, but not only that, we have TT Terry and Kayla White back there, so we bring the championship felt atmosphere to practice day in and day out, and I feel like we do a great job of bringing out the best in one another, and, you know, tomorrow is just going to be no different than that. Sometimes it helps to have your training partners in the races with you, you know, that way it won't feel as intense as, you know, a regular race, so I'm definitely excited and looking forward to tomorrow.
You know, I think tomorrow will tell us a lot just about where we are and what we decide to do. But yeah, I think all options are open. That's what's exciting about it. And like You know, I've said before, when I step on the track, it's focusing on that race and that moment. So we'll focus on the 400 and make decisions from.
I'm very grateful for my college experience. I know it's such a privilege to be able to go to college on a scholarship like that. But sadly, my college experience with running was not the best, and I definitely thought I would never run on a track again when I graduated. So being able to come back, like even doing this race last year, it was that week I just quit my job and I was like, I really want to try and make the Olympics. Like I really think I can do it. And so even just coming back a year later and seeing how much has changed is really special. And yeah, that 2017 Georgia would not believe that. No way.
You know, as I said last time when I was running the mile, I crossed the 59 with a very fast split, and I got like a hope that there's still a room of improvement, like running faster than 3:49. But I wouldn't say that will come tomorrow. Tomorrow is just to be back to Diamond League circuit, and this is my second Diamond League of the season. This is my first 1500 of the season. So the time after the finish line, if I will see any time, it will be my season best. So.
We've watched Faith recalibrate our whole event for so long now, and it was kind of she threw the gauntlet down, like, if you guys want to catch up, like, you're gonna have to go very fast. So I think she's just kind of rewired my mindset of like how fast we can go. Why not try? Like, you can just sort of challenge yourself in different ways and don't put a limit on it. And that's kind of what I got the opportunity to do in Paris last year. Was I got the best seat in the house to watch the world record.
Spacing for you.
I got to watch the world record from about 10 meters, 15 meters back. But yeah, it's been pretty incredible. I think even going back to Florence the year before when Faith ran 3:49 for the first time, it was just that night. I was sort of like right behind Laura Muir, but it's just been very special to sort of see the level that you've taken it to, and then kind of like the level that it's encouraged us to rise to. And I think it's very unique to our event to have been pulled along by the woman at the top and been encouraged along the way. Like, I don't know if you remember, but in Florence, you broke the world record. And I saw you back at the hotel right afterwards. And before I could congratulate you, like after the whole finish line, you congratulated me on an Australian record. And it was so minuscule compared to what you had done. But it's a moment that like I'll remember, is you don't often have someone leading the event and also taking note of the improvement of their competitors behind.
Booming. I mean, business is booming. I'm booming. It's been incredible. I feel so blessed to be in the positions I'm in, and being able to put track and field on the map, especially long jump. I feel us ladies in our sport are working so hard to just be in the spotlight for any moment, and yeah, it's awesome.
Of course, I won NCAA titles individually and as a team, so I have a lot of great memories here, you know, making the Olympic teams here. Just the crowd, the fact that they know track and they have a lot of knowledge on it. It's special. Yeah, we normally have big competitions here, so I enjoy being here.
Malika.
Yeah, well, for sure, I have very good memories about that. But every competition is new, so yeah. In that moment, it means like forget about the past, create the future. So I'm here to create the future.